With Election Day behind us, our Verify inbox has been exploding with questions about how electoral votes are cast and how they're counted. So right now we're going to tackle two related viewer questions. First, what's the official process for electors casting their votes? And second, what happens if Congress doesn't approve the Electoral College results? Our sources are reports from the Congressional Research Service and Asim Mulji, legal counsel at Campaign Legal Center. Let's start with the process. Each governor sends a certificate showing which slate of electors won the popular vote to the Archivist of the United States. The governor then delivers 6 identical certificates to the state's electors. Then on Monday, December 14th of this year, electors will meet and formally vote for the president and vice president. After these electors vote, they then sign each certificate. Each state is going to send its 6 copies to various places. 1 to the President of the Senate, that's Mike Pence. 2 will go to the Secretary of State for that state. 2 more will go to the Archivist of the United States. And finally, 1 will go to the federal judge in the district where the electors met. Congress will then read the results out loud and count them in a joint session on January 6th of next year at 1 p.m. In the end, Mike Pence, the president of the Senate, will announce whether any candidates receive the majority vote. And that brings us to question number 2. What happens if Congress doesn't approve of the Electoral College results? Well, the U.S. Code does allow Congress to object to electoral votes. Here's how it works. An objection needs to be in writing and signed by at least 1 senator and 1 representative. In terms of what counts as a valid objection, Mulji says the laws are pretty vague.
There isn't a ton of guidance about what does and doesn't count as an objection. Because these are internal rules of Congress, it's up to the houses of Congress to decide whether the objections are valid.
So if there's an objection, the 2 houses will then hold separate votes on whether to accept or reject it. If there's a split decision, meaning the House voted one way and the Senate voted the other, the tie goes to accepting the ballot as cast. That would mean the objection fails. From there, the typical count will continue. If you get a majority of votes, 270, you win. And if nobody gets a majority, the vote goes to the House of Representatives, with each state getting 1 vote. But remember, that process hasn't happened since the election of 1824.
This is a fun intellectual exercise, but of course we know that the Electoral College, we know the results of the Electoral College. We know that Joe Biden has won a majority of those electoral votes. So something extremely extraordinary would have to happen for those results to be changed at this point.
Now, if you've got something that you want verified, just email the whole team at verify@wusa9.com.